Hello everybody, this is Ben Terrell with FranNet here in St. Louis. So I was thinking this morning that, like everyone, I've been trying to adjust to this new normal. Don't you hate that phrase? Anyway, almost everyone I talk to is struggling with issues of control and issues of time. We don't seem to have a lot of control in 2020, do we? And time seems to mean something different right now. Nobody knows what's going to happen with this virus. What's the effect on business? Unemployment is high. Friends I know are concerned about what that means for their jobs. It's an election year. What does that mean? And we all have some understandable anxiety, and that makes sense. Keep in mind, though, that while some things seem out of our control, other things are very much within our control. The pandemic and the economy may be out of our control, but we can control how we react to it. And that's the point to this video. So we can all agree on one thing. Time keeps on slipping into the future. In less than 6 months, it will be 2021. In 12 months, it will be the summer of 2021. And we will all be somewhere in 2021. The US will still be here in 2021. People will still need to make a living. Most businesses will be open. Some, if not many of them, will be thriving. And someone will own those businesses. And if you're watching this video, chances are you've thought about entrepreneurship. There will be entrepreneurs in 2021. And there's a better than even chance things will look better then than they do now. We'll be closer to a vaccine. The economy should look brighter. So if we accept that we'll all be somewhere in 2021, our activities between now and then will determine where we will be. This is especially true for anyone thinking at all about business ownership. If you're watching this and uncertain about your job over the next year, you may want the plan B of a business of your own. If you think your current position may still be there in 2021, you may want the flexibility and freedom of a side hustle. That's another phrase I'm kind of tired of. How about the professional version of that, a semi-absentee business? Everything you've ever heard from me or others about being your own boss still applies. It's back to that question of control. So let's say you're really thinking about full-time business ownership. You're tired of working for someone else. You want flexibility in your day. You want the chance of making more money. You want control. That can still happen by January of 2021. You can still have a grand opening of your new business by January of 2021 at this point. Franchising can be a way to speed that date because of the systems you buy into and because of the help that you get from your franchise family. And there are so many different industries that have franchise businesses. You see 3 examples here: home improvement, education, and senior care. There are others. There are nearly 4,000 different franchise companies in hundreds of industries. My mother used to have a phrase when our family would talk about our schedules. Let's walk backwards, she would say. So if your goal is to open your business in January, you have to think about the holidays. Very little happens business-wise at the end of December, and there are things you have to do. Franchisors will want you to be in training with them by November so that they can assist you at the end of the year with preparation for getting your business open. And you'll need to schedule your training, which will likely be on site in a place other than Missouri or Illinois, so that means a signing date in early October. A signing date in October means your financing has to be in place by that time. Now, maybe you've seen one of our webinars on financing options, or you've talked with me about it. There are many ways to go about the financing question. But a franchisor has to see that plan before they'll grant you that business. So think about September as the time frame for wrapping that up. So continuing that walk backwards, all that means is the time to start researching options is now. You're not going to go from, "Hi Ben," to securing your funding in a few days. It takes a while. And this is, of course, what we help you with here at FranNet. We'll do an in-depth assessment of your strengths, your background, your preferences. Some of you have been through this exercise with me, and it can be a lot of fun. We'll dive deep into what you're looking for and make some recommendations. I'll introduce you to franchisors of your choice and walk you through the due diligence. I'll share tools to help you compare options and offer advice on talking with franchisors and franchisees. There's a legal review that you'll do. My point is, it takes some time. We always operate on your timeline, but time will keep on progressing regardless of what you are doing with it. Okay, we've talked about starting a full-time business. Let's talk about another timeline here. Maybe you're saying right now, "Ben, that's great, but I think my job is secure. I'm not worried about the health of my company, and I want to stay employed where I am. I just want another income stream. I want that semi-absentee business. These are businesses where the business owner is involved maybe 20 hours in a given week. You see examples over here: hair care, beauty, fitness, some of the food brands perhaps. These are companies where you hire a manager. And one thing about semi-absentee businesses is they tend to be location-based. Not all of them are, but many of them. So what does having a location mean with respect to our timeline? It means more time is necessary. You have to locate a physical space. Now, the franchise company will help you, but you're the one on the ground. You'll have to negotiate a lease. You'll have to build out your space. It is possible that this will be a slightly easier process in the coming months than it is in a normal economy. There are retail vacancies looming, sadly. Landlords might be in a mood to offer some discounts or concessions, maybe. So, depending on the situation you may find yourself in, the timing may be a little fluid, but it's still a process. Regardless of when you start thinking about the real estate, you still have to allocate time for training, for signing, for financing, for research. So, you guessed it, if your timeline is the middle of 2021, the time to start researching options is now. Researching options now puts you in control. Whether it's a semi-absentee opportunity or a full-time endeavor, the simple action of starting your research is an exercise in taking control of your future. By the way, researching does not mean that you ultimately have to sign on a dotted line. The act of researching options might result in you deciding that business ownership is not right for you, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. Researching also doesn't cost you money. You probably know that our services at FranNet are free to you. What researching does mean is an investment of time. There's that word again, time. One way or another, it will be January of 2021. It will eventually be summer of 2021. At that point, however much control you do have, the one thing you will not be able to do is turn back time. When we speak to past clients about any regrets, their overwhelming answer is, "I wish I had done this sooner." If you'd like to talk about any of this, take that first step, that assessment, or just have a quick conversation, please reach out to me. I'd love to talk. I'm Ben Terrell with FranNet. Enjoy the rest of your day.